All right, guys, it's time for a recharge run. Time to let the cares of the week, day, hour, month, whenever, just blow away. So, you know what? Let's dive into it. Alright guys, welcome to this episode of Rolling with T-Bone. As we are rolling out on the Joker. If you're new here, welcome in. My name's T-Bone. I shoot motorcycle related content and any kind of content really. If you are new here, I invite you to go watch a few of my videos. Find out what I'm all about, make sure I'm right for you, and if you think I am, maybe consider giving us a subscribe, share, like, all that cool stuff that the gods of the YouTube algorithm like. If you're over here, welcome back. You know what's going on. As we're out today on what I like to call a recharge ride. You know, where you just have one of those long weeks. You get all emotionally charged sometimes. You just have a lot going on and you just need to get on your motorcycle and decompress some. Kind of get your compass pointed back to true north. Although I don't know Joker's the best bike to be doing a decompression ride on. No, this bike's one of those kind of bikes that can get you revved up a little higher. But nonetheless, I will call this a decompression ride. A rejuvenation, re-revving up, getting ready for a new week. I'll tell you, I have conflicting emotions about this bike. There's times I look at it and I go, man, does it really make sense owning a motorcycle like this? I mean, is it really the most, you know, sane motorcycle to own? And then I ride it and I'm like, well, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, I don't know. I know one thing, it's hotter than Satan's toenails out here, so if I get caught in the rain again today, I'm going to go ahead and assume that Joker might be a little bit cursed. Not that it rains every time I get on it. I know this bike's just got a sordid history. You know, when I think about this bike and I think about the things that, you know, because this bike just needs a couple of small things done to it. I mean, it ain't nothing real big or major. You know, it's just a lot of years of being moved around and not being, you know, taken the best care of. Which, you know, with me, it's never going to be a museum piece. I mean, I ride it. You know, to me, and this is just me, some people out there will have different opinions, but for me, I don't want a motorcycle that's going to sit in a museum. To me, the whole purpose of having a motorcycle is to ride the dang thing. You know, if you're not going to ride it, why do you got it? It's kind of my whole thought on it. Because, I mean, doggone, you got people just grab motorcycles and they'll throw them in a corner and they'll let them just sit and sit and sit and sit, and I'm like, well, why did you even get it? Well, at the time I thought about I might do something with it. Well, if you're not going to do something with it, get rid of it. I mean, give it, you know, sell it to somebody or trade it to somebody for something else you might need, and trade it to somebody who might actually want to ride that thing. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, boy, what a great week this has been, though. I mean, Father's Day, spent the day with the kids, good food, good times, good memories. And then this morning, woke up, it's beautiful. I tell you though, guys, I do need to take these little rides from time to time, because I kind of have to get my compass pointed back to true north. You know, sometimes I get into these situations shooting content and working and, you know, other stuff that's going on outside of all that, and you know, the constant thing in my life right now is my family. Of course, my wife and kids are the constant above all others. But then, you know, rolling with T-Bone is constant. And I've put a lot of time into this channel. Just, you know, something that I enjoy doing, but sometimes I do get to feeling like out here, and everybody feels this way from time to time with, you know, things going on in your life, or, you know, one door closes and you think you're closing a chapter of something, and then all of a sudden you close that chapter just to turn around and find out there's 20 more chapters that's already open. Now you got to start weaving your way through those things. It's, I don't know. Sometimes I get to feel like, sometimes I get to feeling like I'm just chasing my tail. You know, sometimes things just don't add up and make sense inside my own head. And I know if it don't make sense in my head, I'm not going to be able to make it make sense to anyone else, because I'm going to come off as somebody who don't even have a clue what I'm talking about half the time. But the other day, I did the video where I had donated that whole, I had made that whole video entirely about Forgotten Angels, and I hope it does good. I hope it, you know, I hope it gets a lot of views, but more than that, I hope it gets shared. You know, all these people say they want to help Forgotten Angels and they want to do something for the cause. You know, you put a video out about Forgotten Angels, if I can figure out how to share it, I know there's a share button. If it'll let me share it, I'll share it. You know, and I hope the same gets done. I said I expect it to be done, but I don't really. I just hope that people will take the video that I made for Forgotten Angels and use it, you know, for good, to help us get the word out, to help us bring attention to it. You know, and I know I kind of might have seemed dismissive about all the charities that are going on for Forgotten Angels. Not charities, but all the people who are doing work. And I would not be dismissive, because there's a lot of people out there raising money for Forgotten Angels. And man, they really are great folks that are putting in their time. They're putting in their, you know, their work. They're putting in their own money. And that's just awesome. So I would never try to be dismissive. Even, you know, with the raffles, like the raffle motorcycles. This bike right here is a raffle bike. This bike was raffled off by Forgotten Angels and Shade Tree Surgeon, with all of the proceeds from this bike going to benefit Forgotten Angels. Now, I had originally bought a ticket for this bike. When I first saw it on Shade Tree Surgeon's video, I thought, man, what a good looking old chopper. You know, it's Pro Street style. It's what I like. It's, you know, a 100, I call it a chopper. Flipping the Blue Mule will get in my comments and they'll say that's a 100% custom. And he's right. It ain't a chopper, it's a custom. But I call it a chopper because it's easier to remember. But Flip, actually, Flipping the Blue Mule, Flip was the one who won this motorcycle originally. And of course, Flip lives up here in North Carolina, not far from me. But Flip won this motorcycle, and then after a little while, he had to go through this whole rigmarole of proving that this wasn't a boat trailer and getting a title for it. So, you know, outside the two wheels and the motor, that it could be proven that it was a motorcycle, and he took care of all that. And then he got to where, you know, Flip's not in the best health, and this is not revolutionary news that I'm sharing with y'all. Flip has shared this on his channel and in other people's live premiere chats, and you know, you'll find Flip in my videos all the time. Flip is kind of one of those regulars that I depend on a lot, like Recycled Hooligan, Georgia Hillbilly, Neil M. There's certain folks, Tony Munkets, that, like Julie Smith, that I know if they're not, you know, busy or working or whatever, I know these folks are going to be at my premieres. But Flip, just I don't know, I don't want to say this this bike, because he could handle this bike, he could ride this bike. So this bike wasn't more than he could handle. It was more responsibility for the things that it needed than what he wanted to take on, and I totally get that because of his health. So he had actually reached back out to Forgotten Angels trying to redonate this bike, giving them the parts to fix it and letting them re-raffle it off, but nobody ever got back in contact with him. And then one day, just on a random video, Flip started following me on Facebook, and we had accepted each other's friend requests. And then all of a sudden, one night we're in a premiere, and he messages me on Messenger, and he says, you know what, he said, I would like to give you the bike I won, the custom. He said, I've got a new wiring harness for it, I've just changed out the shocks, it needed just a few other small things. He said, you know, so you can shoot content on it and enjoy it. And I was like, absolutely. Because no one in my life, other than my dad one time when I was younger, no one in my life has ever given me a motorcycle. I mean, that was just straight out of the blue. So yeah, I mean, I was like, okay. So I went to his house, picked it up, met with him. Great guy. You know, Flip is one of those just cool guys that you meet once in a lifetime guys, is what I call them, that, you know, they're just willing to help people. They're just willing to do nice things for people. And those people are getting to be few and far in between in this old world, you know, sadly, people who just want to, you know, just like helping people, like doing things for people. But I went and picked up the bike. There was no commitment, you know. Flip said, keep it, ride it, trade it, sell it. He said, but he did say, if you sell it for a big profit, slide me a little money. But yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not going to be selling it, I'm going to be riding it. Because like I've said in other videos that I have featured the Joker in, this bike was what was on my wall. The Pro Street Chopper, I mean, that's, you know, the Pro Street Custom was the bike that hung on my wall. So, you know, I have to give all the thanks and the love in the world to Blue, you know, Flip and the Blue Mule, because, you know, he give me a motorcycle. No commitment, no nothing, just here. You know, around Christmas time, he give me some, he give R1 a brand new pair of chaps that never even been worn, give me a Gremlin bell, and I felt like I'd hit the lottery. Because you know, I got home, got it unloaded, started looking things over, and just in short order realized that it needed a brand new battery, because it did have the $25 Shade Tree Special from Florida on it. So at the cost of a lot more than $25, I ended up putting a proper battery in it, and so far, knock on wood, I've been good. Just small things, you know, that it needs. I got to do a little more adjusting on the rear shocks and just small stuff like that. But man, I really do. I enjoy riding this bike. But yeah, you know, it's just those kind of things like that, you know. That's just very cool. You know, that's, and what I was saying in that Forgotten Angels video is that people are always talking about, you know, changing the world. Well, we have to be the people who change the world, because nobody's gonna come along and do it for us. But yeah, you know, Josh and David Tyler, they go pick these motorcycles up, and you know, they put time into them. Patreon money goes into getting them fixing, you know, what they can fix on them. And then usually if they can't fix it, they dial 1-900-ASK-SHELBY or 1-800-ASK-SHELBY, according to what time of the night it is. Or they get Joe the Mountain Jedi on it. But yeah, you know, that's just kind of it's kind of par for the course that they do that stuff, and it's very selfless things that they do. But you know, I was thinking there for a little while about distancing myself from Forgotten Angels, because it seemed like, and that's kind of one of those things that I wanted to touch base with you about, is it seems like you're chasing your tail, you're spinning your wheels, you're not really getting nowhere, because you forget the good that has already been done, and you realize that yeah, it does seem fruitless. Your videos don't get a lot of hits on it. You know, it just seems like the conversation never moves forward. Well, from my end, it doesn't. But in the overall, and that's what I stepped back and I took a look at the overall, and I was like, well, crap, I ain't even made a video about Forgotten Angels in a while. But yeah, man. So y'all jump down there and you tell Flip and the Blue Mule T-Bone said to say thanks on behalf of T-Bone. Because of Flip and the Blue Mule, we get to cruise around on an absolutely badass motorcycle. I ain't gonna lie, you ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man, just cruising around. Well, I hope all that audio just came in on that video that I was shooting. Just had to pull over and check my camera. Anyway, but yeah, man, just a ride and relax. Sometimes you just got to recharge, you know what I mean? I hope y'all get a chance to do that from time to time, because I know we all have stressful lives and things going on. And twisting that throttle will help you release some things, but it'll help you tighten up on others. I love this bike. Me likey to bikey. Want to say what's up over there in Australia to brother Dave on Dave's channel. He put out a video last Father's Day. Part 1 of 2, and as of this video, me shooting this, 2 ain't come out yet, but he's kind of out just rejuvenating and recharging himself. You know, you just got to do that from time to time. I don't know if the camera can really pick up the steepness of the grade on this road right here. This bike right here eats that grade up on that hill like it ain't nothing. But anyway, that's a side point. Not that I would never break the law officer. This bike has never seen over 55 miles per hour. Boy, I'm a bad liar, and a golly bum. Even I knew I was lying when I said it. But I tell you what, I'm going to get over here and I'm going to top the Joker's Go-Go juice off. Maybe get a little juice for myself. And then I'll catch back up with y'all on after we get a little gas. People asked me one time, I had a guy ask me one time, why don't you just record yourself at the gas station? I'm like, you know how boring it is to watch somebody pump gas. I mean, that's almost as bad as watching paint dry or grass grow. Or I would rather not pump, just, you know, I don't want to watch people pumping gas. Because it's painful for them having to pump it, and it's painful for me having to watch it. Because I'm telling you what, there's 2 people in that video that knows exactly what's going on. The guy making the video, pumping the gas, and the guy watching the video, watching him pump the gas. Everybody knows that guy's getting screwed at the gas pumps. And there ain't nothing you can do about it because you got to have gas. But I'll get back with y'all here in just a minute. Man, I'll tell you, if I could come up with another place to get fuel, I wouldn't even go to Copper Hill, Tennessee. Or McCaysville, Georgia. Good grief. Wasn't even supposed to be a train coming in there this time of the day. You wouldn't expect. But there it was. Got hot sitting there. Good grief. But anyhow, looks like it's going to cool off a little bit. I think it might actually be going to rain a little. But yeah, boy, just an R&R ride, guys. Just kind of wanted to relax and unwind a little bit. Just, and I don't know if this is going to be a Thursday video, a Monday video, 3 months from now video. I don't know. I'm just riding. Y'all are just here for the ride right now. No real subject matter, other than just riding and relaxing, man. Just because, you know, you get in that groove sometimes where you just, like I said earlier in the video, it just kind of feels like you're chasing your tail, and you don't never really catch your tail, but you don't really want to keep chasing it either, so. Move over, Jeep, I'm coming through. Don't do it. Hell, I would wave at you, but I'm afraid my wave wouldn't be nice right now. Anyway, you know, that's kind of part and parcel for life here lately, because I've actually had another opportunity that has popped up in life. People wanted me to kind of do some video shoots and do some recording of their events, and you know, I never set out to do any kind of professional recording or anything like that, which I'm not a professional recorder, so, but you know, I don't know, I don't mind doing recording for people, you know, just for their posterity, but you know, I'm not no professional by any means, because then you get into a whole nother discussion of recording videos. This is just pretty well much my hobby. Alright, so if I start shooting videos for other people and recording, then that turns into more than just a hobby. Not that, you know, not that there's anything wrong with that either, there's not. But I've got a lot of things that I actually enjoy doing. That's a lot of things that interest me. If you've been around here long enough, you know I'm interested by, you know, paranormal stuff, cryptid stuff, UFO stuff. I've got a wide field of stuff that I enjoy. Historical stuff. There's a video on YouTube, if you ever get a chance, or if it pops up, you ought to give it a watch. It's called Harley Davidson's Archive Footage, and they actually have film footage from the very first, I think they said it was either the first or the first couple of runs of motorcycles in Daytona, and I want to say it was dated sometimes in the 1930s. But I was kind of watching a video on that the other day on YouTube, and I thought, man, that's really cool stuff right there. Because when you think about the you know, late 1800s to all the way up to at least the 40s, 50s, you don't think a lot about historical film footage, you know. But I believe that's what makes you a well-rounded person, is to have more than just one kind of enjoyment, one kind of like that you know, you expand yourself a little bit, you evolve who you are a little bit. It kind of makes it more fun. And you learn something. I mean, let's just be honest about it. The more you take in, the more you learn, the more stuff interests you. I'm a big history buff, and a lot of y'all who've been here for a while, y'all know that I'm a huge history buff. And I got one issue right now that's kind of bothering me. I don't know if I grabbed my cell phone from the house, because I'm feeling for it and it ain't there, because I was going to text R1, and I hope I didn't fall off my pants out here on the road somewhere. I hope it's just a simple thing if I just walked off and left it laying in the house, which I am prone to do from time to time. A lot of people will message me and I won't have my cell phone with me. People say, oh, I can't live without my cell phone. Sometimes I don't even realize I've left the house and forgot it until I go back home and I see it laying there at the foot of the bed, and I'm like, well, I didn't even take my cell phone with me. So I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping it didn't fall off. You know, I clip it onto my pocket. I hope it didn't fall off somewhere out here, which anything's possible to me. I never say impossible. I learned that a long time ago. When it comes to me, don't ever say impossible, because anything's possible to me sometimes. Oh boy. But man, we're getting into I'm going to try, and I say that I'm not sure if this video is going to be a Thursday video or a Monday episode of Rolling with T-Bone, because we've got a holiday coming up here that's going to be in the middle of the week, this Juneteenth holiday. And because I work for a government, a municipality, it's a holiday for us, so we're off that day. And I was floating the idea to R1 about, sorry guys, about, you know, hopefully her and I might be able to take that holiday and, God almighty, I wish they'd fix this road. You know, go out and maybe do a good long ride. We hadn't, as I've said it in a couple other videos, I've ridden, of course, but I haven't actually taken but just one good long ride so far this year. Man, Big Papa's got new tires, 3-hole oil change. Now, Big Papa's ready to make some trips, and I just ain't been making no trips. So, you know, we'll see. Future T-Bone will have to make these decisions, but I guess the final thing I want to talk about in closing is Georgia Hillbilly and the gentleman who was going on the trip with him. They ended up having to cut their trip short because the gentleman's frame broke on his motorcycle, so they had to turn around and track back home. And I hate that Hillbilly had to cut his trip short, so I don't know. I haven't talked to him, you know, in depth about what he's doing, or if he's going to try to finish the trip later this year, or, you know, get this gentleman's bike fixed and then set out on another run. I don't know. But I'm sure Hillbilly will be letting us know about that coming up sooner or later. But I tell you what, guys, I'm going to get off here, and I'm just going to continue on with my little R&R ride here, because I ain't got much longer. My phone shows that the rain's moving in. The phone that I either don't know if it's lost or at home showed that we were supposed to start getting rain around 2 o'clock, so I'm going to try to enjoy some more ride. But guys, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. Alright, I see you too. And there you go across the road, and the other one's going into the woods. Alright, I saw you. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, do all that cool stuff. And till the next time, guys, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and hey, thanks for coming along with me on a R&R.